This is J.D. Solomon with Communicating with Finesse. Finesse represents the 7 causal factors that produce effective communication. Over the years, as a practitioner, as a consultant, and as a coach, I've seen these 7 factors, when done reasonably well, produce very good communication. On the other hand, where I've critiqued communications that have gone poorly, one of these 7 factors or more have been ignored or done very poorly. So today we want to talk about the F, which is frame and finesse. So frame we usually think about in 3 different parts. The first part is what's in the frame and what's out of the frame. Now that could include the people or the groups that may be in or out of the frame. It could be the technical topics or aspects that are in or out of the frame. It could be the timeline. Are we looking short-term, long-term, or intermediate term? Or it could even be, are we looking only at the cash aspects, or are we looking at social factors as well? In my training workshops, we talk about a second element of the frame, which is definitions. And many of these are common technical definitions that are often misunderstood among technical professionals, but certainly by decision makers in the general public. So some of those definitions are simple, relatively simple things like risk, like reliability, like availability, quality, or even probability. So we want to make sure we have those definitions laid out as we frame the problem and frame our communication. And then finally, third, we talk about how to document the problem. We work quite a bit on this because one of the things we often do is that we go through the time to build the frame, but then later on the frame's not effective because we don't keep it to reference. And problems and decisions start to slide as time goes on. So documenting that frame in a positive way is definitely something that you need to learn to do, and a skill that over time will pay big dividends. The big problems we see out there are obviously people don't make time to frame the problem. And that costs them ultimately in the problem solving, the decision making, and the communication. The other problem we see is the documentation, where what happens often is anytime you have a politician, a board member, a senior leader that doesn't get what they want, they'll change the problem frame sometimes and tell us as technical professionals, you've solved the wrong problem. So the big takeaway today is frame the problem. It's the foundation of effective communication, of problem solving, and decision making. Thank you.